The lateral line. I often call the lateral line the outer stability system. See how it traverses down the out part of the ribs, neck, waist, and the outer part of the leg, all the way down to the outer arch, where it's stabilized on both the first and the fifth metatarsal heads, going into the tightly bound peroneus longus and peroneus brevis, wrapped in fascia, continuing on the anterior ligament of the head of the fibula, into the iliotibial tract, and all the way up the outer part of the leg to the tensor fasciae lata, the gluteus maximus, and underneath the gluteus medius. Now, unlike this model, the fascia continues right over the iliac crest onto the lateral obliques, both internal and external oblique, and then onto the internal and external intercostals, and finally, from the first and second rib, the sternocleidomastoid and the splenius capitis form the last X, or really inverted V, up to the skull. If we look at how it functions as the outer stability system, we see the lower lateral line all the way from the iliac crest, PSIS to ASIS, down to the foot as the letter Y. But above the iliac crest, the lateral line is a series of X's. External oblique and internal oblique form a line and a protection and the ability to go from side to side with the ribs, but they also allow a spiral. That spiral is so necessary to human walking, but it's not just in our waist with the external and internal oblique. The pattern continues up the body with the external intercostals and the internal intercostals forming a similar series of X's, of course, interspersed with the bones. However, this forms a very nicely set watch spring and is essential in gait and in all athletic activity that involves rotation. The last one goes to the sternocleidomastoid and the splenius capitis, which are the proper muscles that orient our head as we're moving through. Now, in posture, of course, side-to-side differences are often expressed in the lateral line, so we use body reading to see what those differences are. In the movement function, you can see whether the spine is moving as it should like an eel, or whether the body is stabilizing itself with the lateral line.